Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm a monk, and today we are doing a video on Tortuga, A Pirate's Tale. Now this video is all about abilities and the ones that I would look at picking up early on within your game. Tortuga is a really fun pirate game, and as you level up and as you divide your bounty, you get a chance to pick new abilities as you level. Now there's a lot of different abilities within this game, so I'm going to go through the ones that I would pick and the ones that I would look through first when you very first start this game. Hopefully this kind of helps you guys understand, what's useful and what is maybe not so useful. And if that's the kind of content you want to see, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We also have an active and growing Discord, so if you want to join and chat about this game, the link for that will be down in the description. Now, a little bit earlier, I said there was many different abilities, and in fact, there are 40 different abilities that you can pick from throughout this game. Each one of them you are able to level up and evolve. So hopefully this video does help you narrow down that list. Remember, this is just a suggestion, my suggestion. I'm going to give you an idea as what to pick and why I think it's a good idea to pick it. Now, I've already released a tips video, and in that tips video, I said that taking ships is a great way to earn money within Tortuga. To do so, you're going to need to board other ships, and that is why I think upping that is so important, because dice rolls can be really tricky sometimes. So boarding frenzy is a perfect place to start. Its effect is boarding strength is increased by 3 for the duration of you using that ability. Now, it does only last for 3 rounds, so if it is a lengthy boarding process, then that is going to wear off, but it can be upgraded. In fact, if you only put 2 points into it, your crew damage is increased by 50%. To go with that, we have also picked a boarding expert. Now, this is a passive ability which increases your boarding combat by 10%. This can be increased with only 1 level added to 12%. 2 more gets you 15%. And at level 2, this actually protects your crew as well, nerfing the damage they are received. However, I think that veteran crew is better than both of the previous ones we have mentioned. This means that more members of your crew are going to be boarding those ships. You've got a load of different buffs here too. At level 2, or 1 level in, you have 15% more for boarding strength. Another level in gives you critical hit probability. Another level in after that increases your crew numbers for reloading those cannons, and then to max it out gives you a minimum crew is lowered by 30%. So in other words, you can be a little bit battered up and still use your ship. Now, bloodthirsty seems like a lot of fun. The effect of this is a ramming in which the target is boarded. So you ram into the ship and then immediately board them. The ram ship sustains an additional 2 to 44 damage, which is actually massive. And on top of that, if you level it up, it reduces the morale of the boarded opponent by 0.3. It's not a lot, but lowering their morale massively can help. Next up, I would recommend getting yourself Overwatch. Yes, that's right. For anyone that knows turn-based combat type of games, they'd be very familiar with Overwatch. It's on almost every single one you can possibly get. It works just as you would expect, only at base level. Your Overwatch only works on one side. If you level it up completely, your Overwatch will be both sides of your ships, and at level 2 it increases the damage of the Overwatch by 50%. Overwatch is essential in turn-based combat games, and you can seriously do some pretty good traps with it. It opens up your options, and I would certainly pick it up, maybe even before the boarding ones. Next up, we have Smooth Tongued. Now, this is a passive effect, but it will increase 20% more semen available from taverns. Now, take it from me, I've played this game a fair bit by now, and I'm always in search of more people to join my pirate ship. And you know what? The taverns just rarely have enough. This helps out a lot. As you level it up as well, you can increase the amount of sailors looking to join your ship. 30%, 45%. It's serious help. And of course, if you level it out to the max, for every hired seaman, the morale is boosted by 0.2, meaning you can keep your shipmates happy for a hell of a lot longer, and it means you don't have to divide that booty in order to make sure it happens. The next one I would pick is Master of the Sea. If you want speed on those waters, this is the perk or the ability for you. Your convoy moves 20% faster at sea. Level it up and speed is boosted to 30%. Captain's favorite ship is the pirate bark. Of course, several of these abilities do actually have a special extra ability if you have the correct ship, so keep that in mind. Ship speed is boosted by 35% if you do have that ship that this is connected to. Ultimately, this is going to help you move faster on the waters, meaning you're going to have to be able to outpace people you're trying to run down or run away from the people that you want to avoid. Next up, we have Legendary Reputation. This is a passive effect, so it's always active, and you gain reputation 10% quicker. Of course, if you level this up, you can get 30% quicker, which is pretty cool. Fully leveled, passive gain of 20 gold per day per faction you have a reputation with, or a decent reputation with. The favorite ship here is Ship of the Line. That's a very, very good ship, and it will give you a extra boost to your morale. Remember, happy shipmates is a happy ship. Now, admittedly, a Ship of the Line is, hard to get, especially early game. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about having to match up all of these abilities with the correct ships. Some of these are extremely good just for using their base stat. Next up, let's talk about the Trick Shot Marksman. Now, this enables me to shoot with a higher probability. Trick Shot Marksman is for the ranged shooting, ranges 6 to 7. I get a 10% boost on this. Leveled up and get an extra 20% boost, and it also increases your critical hit probability as well, meaning you can deal some of those bigger numbers more reliable. And of course, mirroring that, we have Melee, which is basically exactly the same as the last, only this one deals in boosting up that close range. It really does depend on which cannons your ship has equipped. So, keep that in mind. And of course, if you do end up going for one of these, it's not a bad option, but just make sure you keep that in mind when selecting the cannons that you do, because having that higher probability of hitting is really important. Having that higher probability of getting those critical hits is really, really helpful as well. Next up, we're going to look at Beloved Ship. Now, this again has a passive ability, passive effect. The ship sustains 5% reduced normal damage. Now, that's pretty cool because some of these battles are absolutely tough. You can get, surrounded and just absolutely blitzed out of the water by some pretty damn awesome ships. So being able to receive less damage is certainly helpful. Level it up, and that can be reduction by 10%. Level it up to the max, and at the start of the round, the ship repairs itself by 2 up to 50%. It's a really good ability and one I would strongly recommend picking up. Having played the game for quite a bit now, having been involved in some of those bigger, battles, this one can save you. And lastly, I'd also recommend looking at Wave Rider. This gives the ship an extra 2 movement, meaning you can get around the board a little bit easier, a little bit quicker, and able to, chase down that ship. Ultimately, none of these abilities are absolutely useless. These are just a few of the ones that I would pick when first starting the game. But let me know down in the comments your favorite ability and exactly why you like it. What's your go-to? For me, it happens to be, boarding expert, veteran crew, and boarding frenzy. I love those 3 abilities. I take them every time as soon as I can. But that brings this video about at a close. If you have any questions, if we didn't cover anything, if you just want to have a chat about this game or you're stuck on anything, let me know. We have the link for that down in the link for the Discord down in the description, or of course you could just comment your thoughts on the video. Either way, I'm here to help, and I'm looking forward to knowing how you're getting on in Tortuga. But until next time, I've been a monk, we've been Critically Clueless, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, happy gaming.